Do you know how many Polish players have ever played in the LEC? Polish flag is raised high among the LEC enjoyers this season, with 4 Polish players currently in the league, 3 of whom are playing in the same team. In case you're not familiar with what we're gonna be talking about, here is a 10-second recap. LEC is the top EMEA League of Legends championship that happens in Berlin, gathers the top talent across the region and skyrockets the winners to the international tournaments, MSI in summer and Worlds in the autumn. Pretty big deal. The earliest records of Polish players shining on the biggest European stage go all the way back when LEC was still known as EU-LCS. Why the name change? Well, you see, EU-LCS became a franchise league in 2019, and with the format changes came the rebranding. Let me know if you want a video about it. We can find the first traces of Polish players in EU-LCS in 2013, when the first ever season took place. Overall, in 2013, we're talking about 8 players who have emerged from the Polish scene, 5 of whom were playing on the same team, and 2 more were also playing together. Let's look at them team by team, starting with the Dragonborns. Shushei, Dragonborns mid laner, spent the 2013 spring split with them. Same as Hosan, who was Dragonborn's AD carry in the same spring split of 2013. Now let's have a quick look at 5 players who joined together as one team. Meet your makers. All 5 of them have been already playing together since 2012, and then they joined EU-LCS in the summer split of 2013 as one team. These players were Libik, support, Makler, AD carry, Charu, mid laner, Mokate, jungler and Makler's brother, and Kubon, top laner. 4 of them played in one split only in 2013 summer, but Kubon rejoined EU-LCS in the summer of 2014 when he was playing for Gambit Gaming. Apart from Dragonborns and Meteor Makers, there was one more Polish player who joined EU-LCS in 2013. Kreaton debuted in summer split of 2013 as Team Alternate's AD carry and got into the playoffs with them. Then he switched team to Millennium, where he played in 2014 spring, summer, and summer playoffs. Now let's fast forward to 2014, the second season of EU-LCS. This season presented us not with 1, not with 2, but with 7 legendary Polish names. Coincidentally, 5 of them debuted in the same year, same split, and the same team. Again, how did it happen this time? Well, you see, they had already been playing together as a Polish team KMT, Kiedyś Miałem team, since 2013. In early 2014, the whole roster got acquired by Team Rocket to play for them in the summer split of EU-LCS. Now, let's look at these players' LEC careers one by one. Vander, the support for KMT, stayed with Rocket for 2 years, competing with them in the spring and summer split of 2014 and getting into the playoffs in both. In 2015, Rocket didn't reach the playoffs in spring, but they tried again in summer and succeeded. After 2015, Vander changed the teams, joining H2K Gaming as their support, and stayed with them for the whole year, getting into playoffs in both spring and summer splits. In 2017, he played in the summer split with Vitality, before joining FC Schalke 04 in 2018 for the spring and summer splits, reaching playoffs in summer. In 2019 and 2020, he supported for Rogue for 4 splits, getting into the playoffs in all of them but one, and securing first place in the summer of 2020. His last 2 LEC splits to date were 2021 spring and summer with Misfits, where he secured playoffs in summer. Saxus had a much shorter career in EU-LCS. As Rocket's top laner, he played for them in 2014 spring and summer, reaching playoffs in both. This was his last appearance on the EU-LCS stage to date. Overpow began his EU-LCS climb as Rocket's mid laner, playing for them in 2014 spring and summer and reaching playoffs in both. After Xaxus left the team in autumn of 2014, Overpow switched his role to top lane and played in the spring split of 2015 with Rocket. In May that year, he was moved to substitute and left the team in January next year. Salaver, Rocket's AD carry, had the shortest career out of the whole roster. He stayed with the team for 2 splits in 2014, including playoffs in both, and eventually left the EU-LCS stage. Jankos, the grandfather of Polish esports, is the only member of the original KMT roster who is still playing on the LEC stage. He too began with the 4 splits in 2014 and 2015 as Rocket's jungler, securing all of these playoffs but one. In 2016, Jankos switched teams to H2K, playing for them for 2 years and securing all of the playoffs. 2018 is when the famous G2 Jankos saga began. spring split and playoffs, summer split and playoffs. In 2019, LCS rebranded into LEC, but Jankos stayed, securing the spring split of that year not just as one when he made the playoffs, but as the one where he secured the gold for his team. That wasn't enough, however, and he proceeded to secure more gold for G2 in the summer split of the same year and in the spring and summer splits of 2020. 2021, both splits, both playoffs. 2022 spring, another gold for G2, marking Jankos as the 4th player by LEC titles ever. Summer split and playoffs was the last split for Jankos for G2, as next year, 2023, he joined Team Heretics. He played for them for winter, spring, and summer splits with summer playoffs. In 2024, Jankos is still with Team Heretics, having just played for them in the winter split and winter playoffs, spring split, and at the moment of recording this video, he is currently playing for them in the spring playoffs. This is it for the KMT roster, but there were more Polish players who joined the ULCS in 2014. Namely Mulu, though back then you might have known him as Selfie or Corey. He debuted in ULCS in 2014 as a mid laner for Superhot Crew. He played for them in the spring split, summer split, and summer playoffs of 2014. In 2015, he joined Meteor Makers for the spring split, skipped summer, and returned in 2016 spring split with H2K. He took a break from ULCS and then returned in 2018 spring split. Reunited with H2K, he got into the playoffs of that split, and then spent his last ULCS split to date in the summer of 2018. Last Polak to debut in 2014 was Nick. He played for Gambit Gaming in the summer of 2014 and spring of 2015. That's it for 2014. Now let's fast forward to 2015 when 2 more Polish players joined the biggest European stage. The first Polak to mention here is Wulaj. He came to replace Rocket's AD carry Salaver in 2015. He played for Rocket in the spring and summer split of that year. He then took a long break to play on the Polish soils and returned to LEC in 2019 when he played for Rogue in the summer split and playoffs. Kikis is another Polish jungler who has a long history with the LEC. He first joined in 2015 when he played for Unicorns of Love, playing in the spring split and playoffs and in the summer split. Then he became part of G2's history as he helped the newly rebranded team join the ULCS for the first time. During his time in G2, Kikis switched from jungler to top laner. He played with them in the spring split and the playoffs of 2016 and the beginning of the summer split, living between weeks 6 and 7 for Fnatic, with whom Kikis played for the rest of 2016 summer split and the playoffs. In 2017, 3 weeks into the summer split, he joined Team Mysterious Monkeys. Next year, in 2018 summer split, he secured the playoffs for Vitality as their jungler. Yes, he role swapped again in the meantime. And in 2019, he spent his last split to date, the spring split, with Rogue. An honorary mention goes to Cricket, who was SK's substitute in 2015 but unfortunately never had a chance to play on the main stage for them. 2016 and 2017 didn't see any new Polish players join the scene. But the wait was over in 2018 when the new Polish names started flooding the scene again. Starting with Jack Troll, one of the many Polish supports to join the LEC during that period. His first split was spent with Vitality, and he remained loyal to the team for 2 years. 2018 spring and summer with playoffs in both, and then 2019 with spring and summer and, you guessed it, playoffs in both. 2020 spring split was the last split that he spent with Vitality, joining Team Origin for the summer of 2020. 3 more players joined a year later, in 2019. Inspired was the most loyal Polish player in the LEC, spending all of his splits as Rogue's jungler. It began with 2019 summer split and continued in 2020 spring and summer. Then it was 2021 spring and summer, securing playoffs in all of them, and securing the title of the first ever jungler to secure a pentakill on the LEC stage. Speaking of junglers, there was one more to debut in 2019, Selfmade. He first played on the biggest European stage in the spring split of 2019 with SK, securing the playoffs with them. He stayed with them for the 2019 summer split and moved to Fnatic in the spring of 2020. That split they secured the playoffs and did the same in the summer split of the same year. In 2021, Selfmade got Fnatic into the playoffs of the spring split. then switched teams to Vitality for the summer split of 2020 and did the same with them. His last split in LEC was 2022 spring split with playoffs included. The last edition of 2019 was Mystics, who supported for Team Excel in the summer split. Czekolad is the next Polak on the list. He briefly played in the LEC in the spring split of 2021 when he was a mid laner for Team Excel. Last but definitely not least Polish addition to the LEC in 2021 was Trymbi. This support player joined LEC in 2021 spring split playing for Rogue and getting into the playoffs with them. He repeated the same in the summer split of the same year and twice more in the spring and summer of 2022. Next year, Trymbi switched teams and played for Kui in 2023 winter split and playoffs, and spring split and groups. For summer, he joined Team Fnatic and played for them in 2023 summer split and season finals, and eventually landed with the current team, Team Heretics, in the winter split of 2024, including the playoffs of that split, and right now, he has just finished the spring split and is playing in the spring playoffs. We're approaching the modern age, with young Polish players yet again finding success on the LEC stage. Year 2022 was marked by short yet flashy careers of 3 more Poles. Synkrov played in the LEC for the whole year of 2022, both spring and summer splits, as Team BDS jungler. For the summer split, he was joined by Erdodi, who was Team BDS support for that split. And both of them were then joined by Aggressivo, Team BDS top laner for the summer 2022 and summer 2023. Schlatten was taken out of the academy roster for Misfits and thrown onto the main stage in the spring of 2022. He was the team's jungler, and he got into the playoffs with the team in that very split. Douglas' first appearance on the LEC stage was as brief as they get, as he joined Team Vitality from their academy roster in the summer split of 2023 for 1 weekend only. He would, however, return as Vitality's jungler in the winter split of 2024. He did secure those playoffs and then proceeded to play in the spring split of 2024. Freskowy is among the newest Polish places on the LEC stage, having joined as Medline Kui's mid laner in the winter split of 2024. He already played with the team in the winter playoffs and in the spring split as well. And the last Polak we have on the list is Spyro, who joined Team Heretics in the spring split of 2024, thus fulfilling the prophecy of Trzech Polaków team, the legendary triple Polish team that Team Heretics are now, having Spyro on the mid lane, Jankos in the jungle, and Trymbi as their support. This is the end of Polish timeline on the LEC, but it most definitely is going to continue and we will be looking forward to it. Did you keep account throughout the video? If you did, write down in the comments how many Polish players have ever played on the LEC stage. Let me know down in the comments what you would like me to talk about in the next video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And remember, Polska Gurom!